College football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. It's Friday. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. I think for this Friday, we're calling it Frank Solich Friday.
Okay, good. We can hear AD.
We can hear AD.
Good. That's good. I mean, let's be real, guys. We haven't had to stream in for a while, so I was a little concerned that I forgot how to push all the buttons and connect everything. So I'm glad we can hear AD's laugh there.
Hey, Nick, I appreciate it. Say buttons again.
Buttons?
Oh, Nick, I love you, little bro.
Hey, AD, I'm just thrilled that you're not in the studio right now.
Hey, Speed, you're right. It is game day. Lincoln Stars hockey. Woo!
Oh,
Tri-City tonight at the Icebox.
DP dropping the puck.
DP dropping that puck.
It's a big game tonight for them.
Shutout for my guy Cameron Whitehead tonight.
So Nick and Raff, do they play? Is it one home and away? So one game there, one game here.
Yep, Kearney tomorrow night.
Okay. That'll be good. That'll be fun, man. Hopefully we can get that done tonight, man. Nick, what's your plans this weekend, bro?
Spring game Saturday, and
Tipsy Tina's.
Yeah, we'll be at Tipsy Tina's at 10:30. I know you two will also be in attendance at some point. Are we going to take one of those rides up to Tipsy Tina's again?
Pedal cab.
Yes. Are we taking one of those?
You know, by the time we're out there tomorrow, I'm thinking that might even be cold, man. I mean, it's because I think what's tomorrow's high? 52 is the high tomorrow.
52 is the high, low of 31.
Uber.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a little chilly, a little breezy. But you know what always warms you up? Mai Tais and margaritas, and that's what Tipsy Tina's has. But no, I mean it's gonna be a good time. We're out there at 10:30. We'll be there until kickoff for the spring game. Then post game, DP and Bach will man that back at the station here. So
okay,
it's gonna be a good day. We're looking forward to it. And here's the deal, guys. Yesterday, I was a little giddy at the press conference yesterday because
Me too.
Because Matt Rule instantly comes out and says quarterback is going to be live. We're going to play a football game, and it was he was very repetitive of the fact of we need to learn how to play football. And so it's just like you sat here and I'm like, all right, sweet. Like the quality of play, and I was telling DP this yesterday after the presser, like. The quality of play might not be all that great on Saturday because there's going to be a lot of, I'm sure, learning curves and stuff like that.
Right.
At least there will be guys trying. Like, how sad is that we have to say that, and we're saying that, and we're taking that as a talking point. Like, hey, at least guys are going to be trying today.
Yeah.
We wasted, like I said in the spillover, we wasted the spring game for at least the last 6 years because it became like entertainment for the crowd. And can the lineman catch a punt from a kid? And I'm sitting there the whole time going, we are wasting a chance to work to become a better football team. We're not. This isn't the 90s where you can walk out on the field and beat teams by 50 points. It's like, and also Coach Rule said yesterday, which I really liked when he said it. He's like, when did it get so bad to play football?
Yeah.
Seems like we have all these football teams now, and it's like they never want to play football. They want to play other stuff, but not football. The only way to get better at football is to play football. So,
well, Raff, I'm going to tell you the only thing I would disagree with you on when you said that they would just come out to entertain the fans when they weren't. We sure as hell were not entertained whatsoever. Those were horrible, and I can't say it one more time. And horrible usage of time and a lack of just a lack of I would say foresight. It's just to really understand. Raff, you said this. This is another game. And think about this. Rule those guys. Obviously, they've seen scrimmages of things, but this is going to be the first time seeing these guys in a game time atmosphere with a stadium full of people, etc. And I don't know what numbers are going to be. I have no idea what the numbers are going to be tomorrow. but this is going to be the first time they'll be able to see these guys in action in a game-like atmosphere.
Yeah, and it's not like we're talking about the players in a game like atmosphere. You have tomorrow to use for your coaches to get them on the headsets, get them up in the box, communication between plays. This is an opportunity. We always say the first game of the year is a chance to work your kinks out and, get ready for the season on that first game. Well, use tomorrow as kind of like a preseason first game. Get those kinks out with communications. How are the plays going to be communicated? Is Satterfield, is he up in the box? Is he he sitting down the play call to, who's the guy he's talking to? And that's going to be key. And they need to work all those kinks out tomorrow. So when they start out that Thursday night in Minnesota, they're not like, well, that's our first time we were on the headphones and we didn't know what to do. It's like, get that taken care of tomorrow.
Here's something that I believe kind of went under the radar yesterday, and it's something that I get bothered by in the last couple of years, because it was always in the spring game, keeping it so simple, and we're not going to do anything special. We're not going to try to take any shots downfield. We're just going to keep it simple. And I always sat here and I was just like, you are a 3-9 football team. Why are you so concerned about hiding everything from the opponent? Number one, like, when, unfortunately, as sad as this is to say, Minnesota's not intimidated by you. Nobody in the Big Ten is unfortunately intimidated by you. And so you sit here, like I sat there and I just continue to find myself go like, why are we trying to hide things? Why does Nebraska feel like they need to hide something? And Matt Rule said this yesterday: we are not going to keep play calling vanilla. Marcus Satterfield is going to call all the plays he added. And he said, I understand that there's potential there to surprise Minnesota with something, but Nebraska needs to learn how to play football.
Yeah.
So like, that was one that kind of went under the radar, I think, and got missed by a couple people. Yeah. Because if you think about it, guys, I mean, there's been like 0 shots taken in the last couple years. There's been no like real game situations. There was just none of that. There was nothing over the last couple years. It was just a gigantic waste.
Right.
And now to come out and not only say we are not going to keep it vanilla. I understand that there's potential to surprise Minnesota with a couple of things. But first off, we need to stop worrying so much about Minnesota and worry about Nebraska.
Yeah. And it's like, I've always laughed about that too in the prior years, where everybody's like, well, we're going to be very vanilla and we're not going to show anything. It's like, at the end of the day, football is you tackle people, you block people, and basically it's the better 11 win.
Yeah.
So it's like, we've kind of got to a point in football, there's no like surprises.
Well, I'm sitting here going, I'm sitting here going, like, if you have everything in check and you're doing your job from just a talent standpoint, you should beat Minnesota. Nebraska has more talent. I mean, we hear it all the time. Nebraska has more talent than 80% of the teams they play.
Yeah.
And it's one of the cases of like, you should, if you just show up, actually know what you're doing, take care of business, and treat it seriously, then you're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine. Take care of, control what you can control, and that's doing your homework on Minnesota prior to the game. That's making sure all of your camp, making sure your squad is all ready to go and is all on the same page. If you don't do that before the ball's even kicked off, then you're already starting 5 steps behind.
And if you've got to rely on surprises to win football games, you're not 100%. Going to win many football games. I'd rather come out tomorrow, like you said, play it like a real game, put it all, make all the calls, don't hold anything back, and see what we got. And it's important also for the players to do that also, because there's going to be a lot of players that this could be their last time stepping out on that field tomorrow. So you want them to, have the opportunity to put their best foot forward. And the only way to do that is to run it like a real game.
Raff, you've been
third preseason game, or I guess they only play 3 preseason games, but back in the day when they used to play 4 preseason game, that third preseason game was the most important game for the players. And that's kind of what I'm looking at tomorrow as being is like that final preseason cut down day in a way.
Raff, you bring up a lot of good points. Nick, you do as well. And real quick, my address, Don says on the text line, It goes, can we get some more warmer light on AD? His serious tone of the lightning makes it look like I feel like he's going to conduct some heavy business and or snatch some souls.
He's doing both. It's what he does.
Yeah, there's going to be actually both. I don't know about snatching souls. Hopefully that doesn't happen. During an inspirational talk, I'm about to snatch your souls. But actually the talk is on ownership. So there may be some hard conversations. I can't say hard conversations, maybe some convicting quotes that I'll say during my presentation at 9 o'clock. But yeah, Raff, you guys, I had down 8 o'clock for my talk, but I despise being late. So I'd rather be there. I literally got down here at 7:20 this morning. You know, just I was like, you know what? Not a lot of people here. 7:45 rolls around, still not a lot of people here. 7:50, I gave them a call. They're like, yeah, man, it's at 9 o'clock. I wrote it. Here's the problem. What happened, you guys? And I always make this mistake when I'm traveling. When I booked this engagement, I was on the East Coast. And so my planner came up as 8 o'clock rather than 9 o'clock. And so I laughed. But like I said, I really wasn't frustrated at all. Because even if I had to, I probably would have Zoomed in anyway, because to be at the studio, then shoot downtown, that would have been crazy. You know, as far as that time of morning would have been crazy. So came over to the mill. I'm like, I got plenty of time. I've been here since about 7:20. I'm like, I'm good to go. But here's what I want to address too, Raff. You got a good point, bro, in that some of these kids tomorrow, that'll be their last time wearing a Nebraska helmet.
Yep. Or
the last time on scholarship, because I think we want to keep clearing that fine to people. Just because they take a scholarship doesn't mean that player can't stay on the team. So I want to put that out there. However, it'd be hard pressed to find a scholarship player, lose a scholarship, and still stay on the team. Not saying that won't happen, but it's not always that's not always likely. Go ahead, Nick.
Let's dive into that a little bit deeper. I think that's a good segue. And more on the spring game. AD, I know it would just been wrong and inconsiderate of us to have you in the studio today. I know. It's just, it would have been so inconsiderate. How could we? And it's just convenient. It's convenient that guys, I misbooked my time.
Hey, it's like, AD, we need to really talk about your commitment levels here, man.
I mean, we do need to hear the Kansas City stories live from you, AD. So,
oh, man. I know you guys didn't talk about it, did you?
Never.
I bet. You guys would probably tearing me apart yesterday on there, man.
You have to listen to the podcast page to find out.
Is your butler still with you, or is he gone?
This is a break, Raff.
All right, we'll send it a break. AD will talk to his butler for a few minutes, and we'll be right back. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
The Nebraska Lottery has given over $900 million back to our state since 1993. It's gone to improve our environment, education, and stay fair.
Over $900 million? That's something.
I'll say.
Hey, I have a great idea for a commercial. Have someone count to 900 million out loud.
That would take 28 years. Not a good idea.
I don't know, with a little background music and some sound effects.
There's another studio down the hall. Why don't you get started?
The Nebraska Lottery, 30 years of building a better Nebraska.
The Nebraska Lottery has given over $900 million back to our state since 1993. The proceeds have helped protect and improve Nebraska's environment, funded need-based scholarships for Nebraska students, and maintained and improved facilities at the state fair.
That's terrific. You should put that on your website.
It already is. Just click on beneficiaries in the menu.
Menu? You guys serve food too?
Maybe you should get off your feet for a while.
The Nebraska Lottery, 30 years of building a better Nebraska.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April, with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with Roof Credit.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina is the talk of the Haymarket, and for good reason. Grab a breakfast taco on a game day morning or stop by for lunch or dinner for their huge variety of street taco options. They have everything from carne asada or chorizo tacos to shrimp or fish tacos, buffalo chicken, and more. Plus, they have more than 140 different tequilas and tons of other beer or mixed drink options. There's truly something for everyone. Make plans to stop by for any meal of the day at Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A windy and cool day on the way as we only top out at around 54. Northwest winds gusting over 30 with increasing cloud cover later today. We'll see freeze warnings in effect tonight as lows drop down to around 31. Breezy and chilly again tomorrow with a high of only around 50. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody. We're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Friday. It's Solich Friday. Tomorrow, Frank Solich returns to Memorial Stadium to get some roses.
Yep.
AD is, I wonder if he's sound checking or
yeah, I don't know.
We got a black screen with AD, so He might be.
There
There he is.
Well, we get to hear from Frank Solich today.
Yeah.
1:45 p.m. is when he's scheduled to meet with the media. So looking forward to going seeing Frank Solich and 1:45 p.m. So
You know what? I'm gonna. Here's the thing. I'm gonna push back, Jason. You go here. Oh, brother, here we go. And you ask talent. Please, Nick. We don't have more talent than anyone. Rule may change that. I'm over the talent at Nebraska. Crud. Jason, we're all entitled to our opinions, buddy. But my man, homie, I gotta disagree with you, man. There is talent there. Is it as much as some of the other teams? No. But that cover. The point being is this: the cover's not bare at Nebraska. It's not bare. You don't beat.
Nebraska was not. That I know your record is what you.
Your record is what you say it is, but it's not a lack of talent. I mean, the numbers that Nick that you read off just a couple days ago, it shows you Nebraska consistently been in the top 25. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. Now, the lack of that talent, lack of development, that is a fact. So, Jason, like I said, man, I hear where you're coming from because it is. The record is what it is. But it ain't because of a lack of talent down there. You're not in the top 25 consistently like we have been recruiting and say it's a lack of talent. It's definitely not a lack of talent. Could we be stronger in some areas? Absolutely we can. Is our record is what it is? Absolutely. But one of the things that's not an issue, that's not one of the reasons, is a lack of talent. The lack of developing that talent is the Achilles heel for Nebraska football.
Yeah, well, and I even think, I mean, you could even go a step further, AD, and talk about evaluation and recruiting as well.
Oh, yeah. And Nick, I'm going to tell you this real quick, man. I hear from my buddies who coach at other schools around the Big Ten, in the SEC, and other parts of the country have told me, AD, these are coaches who are actually coaching D1 football colleges. They said Nebraska's problem is not a lack of talent. We have talent.
And that's the thing. And they've evaluated, I suppose, good talent, and they've brought in good talent, I guess. However, it might not be the type of player that fits Nebraska or is coachable, or is you go down and you go get 8 people from Florida. Well, how good are those 8 people if they're already gone by January, by, I guess it'd be like by March, and you only have 7 guys left, or one guy left from Florida left on the roster. Well, you just put so much time and effort and resources into these 7 of the 8 guys from Florida,
right?
Because they were so talented, and they are. But if they're not here for here for the right reasons, don't have the off the field stuff figured out for whatever reason, decide to leave, get homesick, then you're sitting there going March, and you're like, man, you're kind of depleted. And we look at this last recruiting class, and it's, man, what did Nebraska get out of it? And then that's when you find yourself going to the transfer portal for a plethora of players.
You know, and Nick, I'll say this too, my man. I'll say this: we got a retention problem. You know, that's the reality. We have a retention problem. You can't, and first of all, there's going to be attrition on every roster. Heck, we just see now from Alabama and Georgia, Clemson, some of your top programs. That's the problem. The problem is we are not Alabama, Georgia, Clemson. We cannot afford to lose key players year in, year out. Just can't do that, man. I mean, there's going to be attrition. Every school has it. And you enter the NIL as well. That's going to, the transfer portal, that's going to be more. But you've got to be able to retain and recruit first, obviously, and then retain that talent you have on your roster already.
Well, and AA Ron says on the text line, don't we recruit the top 5 class or so in the Big Ten every year? And I mean, AA Ron, you're right. And most of the time that involves the number 1 or 2 best class in the Big Ten West, right? And we just talked about it a little in the first segment regarding like people or teams are not intimidated by you. And as sad as that is to say, and hopefully Matt Rule can change that, but at this point, teams are not intimidated by you. And Nebraska has unfortunately not been able to make anything happen with the talent and the recruits that they have gotten in. But then it makes it even more frustrating and more of a gut punch when you see a 10-win Minnesota team come out of nowhere because they've just developed their players really well, and they're a senior-laden offensive line, or Wisconsin, and they just keep on replenishing all-star running backs, and you're like, or Iowa, where it's like, gosh, it's not sexy at all, but somehow they win games, and they're doing something that you're not doing, and that's winning games. Yeah. And so it's frustrating at the end of the day.
And honestly, a lot of it that I've seen is it's just the lack of playing football, like if you're tagging off in practice, you're not going to become a better tackling football team. You're not, if you're not going full speed in practice, how do you expect just to show up on Saturdays? And it's felt like over the last several years where, yeah, we're getting talent from these high schools, and we're getting transfers that are talented, but then they get to Nebraska and it's almost like they either stay the same as when they get here or they regress. And it's just a matter of, putting it together. To be physical, you gotta practice physical. To be good tackler, you gotta tackle. That's just the thing. You gotta play football. I go back to Coach Rule yesterday. It's like, we've got to play football. The only way to become a good football team is to play football.
Absolutely. Fellas, I tell you what, if we do the history and the attitude adjustment segment in one, because you guys we got, and Raff, thanks for sharing that on social media. We've got Mitch Sherman coming on from The Athletic at 9 o'clock to 9:30. I want to say this before I tap out too. My talk's at 9 o'clock across the street, basically, so it's an easy thing to do. Tonight, I'll have plenty of stories to share with you guys on Monday regarding Coach Solich's reception tonight. I'm looking forward to see a bunch of the old teammates. That's going to be in West Stadium. Up in the press box area. So it'll be good to see Coach Solich and a lot of the guys, but mostly Coach Solich to have that homage paid to him that has been well overdue as far as that goes. Well overdue.
Yeah. Go ahead and hit us with the
Sam Cook.
Yeah, Sam Cook. That works. Yeah. Let me get it pulled up here.
Now punting.
Don't know much about history. Don't know much about biology. Don't know much about a science book. Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.
Wow. It sounds better listening to it down here at the mill. Maybe it's just a station thing.
Oh, so maybe all the listeners actually are getting serenaded with a really good performance. They're all just trying to lie to us.
I got it in my earbuds. I'm going to stick it with Husker history because it's just a good point today. In 2008, a record crowd of how many do you guys think watched quarterback Joe Gans lead the Reds to a 24-14 win in Bo Pelini's first spring game as a coach? Nick, what's your guess? How many think were there?
In 2008?
2008, when you were 8.
So before the renovation,
before the
expansion.
How many
guys?
I'm going
71,000.
I was gonna say about 74.
80,000 people were at that game. Wow. It says 80,000 plus.
How'd the expansion?
80,000 plus were at that game.
So how'd they get 80,000 in there?
80,000 plus.
So I know at Scott's first game, 2018, they went 86,000.
This is a record crowd of 80,000 plus watches quarterback Joe Gans lead the Reds to a 24-14 win. Bo Pelini's first spring game as head coach.
Wow. That's crazy.
Doesn't seem like it's been that far away, man.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I tell you what. I know you guys got a great show lined up with Mitch Sherman coming up. And the thing about it, Monday is going to be packed. We're going to have a lot of breakdown. We'll obviously have plenty of sound bites and things of that nature. So I'm excited to Mitch come up. But I want to do the AD attitude adjuster for you today as well before I head out and share for my audience here. Nick, as I'm pulling this notes up real fast, man. Come on, baby. Froze up on me for some reason, so I'll bring it up here real quick. So bringing that up, Nick, will you be doing any interviews tomorrow at the presser post game?
So we have we'll be able to talk, I would assume, to Matt Rule and a couple of the players tomorrow after the spring game. I would assume. And we'll obviously instantly break that down in the post game, and then Monday we will as well. But and we'll have Frank Solich stuff from today, and so it's going to be a busy couple of days here, which it's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's good to have football back.
Yes, it is. The AD attitude adjustment is sponsored by Integrated Life Choices. ILC is hiring for direct support professionals all over the state of Nebraska, full-time, part-time, days, evenings, weekends. Help ensure a meaningful life for the people you support and helping to achieve their hopes and dreams. Apply at ilc.net/careers. Again, that's ilc.net/careers. Cody Stevenson sending me these funny pictures of a butler. I wonder where he's got that idea from, Raff and Nick.
I don't know.
Where from, Raff?
I played the
fifth. Yeah, I bet. Well, fellas, the attitude adjuster today is this. Some days are spent falling apart. Some days are spent putting yourself back together. Both are part of life, and both are okay. Folks, I'm going to tell you this, no matter what you may be going through today, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I even look at this football team, to bring it to something that's really not even that important in the whole scope of life, if you would. Sometimes you're falling apart. Sometimes you're putting yourself together, but it's still progress. So regardless of what you may be dealing with today or facing today, it's still progress. Folks, I'm going to tell you this, about the 4th day that I had my catheter in. If you don't know what it is, Google it. It is not pleasant. That 4th day, I seriously thought I was going to lose my mind. Sitting in that recliner, I could barely move. I was in pain. I was angry. I was mad. I was depressed. I was anxious. But I'm like, you know what, AD? I can still control my responses. Some days you're putting yourself together. Some days you're falling apart. But it's still progress in some shape or form. So folks, keep making progress regardless of what that may be for you today. It may be a falling apart today. It may be a putting yourself back together today. But the key thing is just keep going. Fellas, let you guys take it from here. Raff, I'll see you later today. Nick, I'll check back in with you guys, man. Love you both, folks. You guys be safe. Be careful out there. Cheer loud if you're going to the game. Also, stars. We'll talk to you guys on Monday.
See you tomorrow morning, AD.
Bye, AD. Talk good.
Talk good.
Talk good.
All right, so we got a very quick. We went a little longer there, so we had AD for a longer period of time. So we got a very quick segment coming up. Then Mitch Sherman with the Athletic.
Sounds good. Another piece of history today. The Chicago Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Steelers merged on this day back in 44 to become the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Jeff Farrell, if you're listening, or Jeff Essink, if you're listening at Farrell's, you can take some credit for some of those Super Bowls the Steelers have won since you're a big Chicago Bears fan.
We can continue. We can continue history on the other side as well.
Oh, no, we're all done. Have a good day. We'll send it to Craig. This is the Drive 92.7 The Ticket.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road. It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A windy and cool day on the way as we only top out at around 54. Northwest winds gusting over 30 with increasing cloud cover later today. We'll see freeze warnings in effect tonight as lows drop down to around 31. Breezy and chilly again tomorrow with a high of only around 50. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
You didn't really think we only did football pregame shows in the fall, did you? Join 93.7 The Ticket live from Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina at 8th and Q in the Haymarket for the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show on Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. All your favorite ticket personalities will be on site as we preview the spring game and wrap up the final football action until the summer. Join us at Tipsy Tina's on Saturday or listen live from wherever you are for the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. this Saturday.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Experience cool blue waters right in your backyard. All in-stock above-ground swimming pools at Bonsall Pool and Spa are now 50% off. This offer is good through the end of May or until supplies run out. Our stock will go fast, so hurry in and claim your new pool now. And don't forget to stock up for the season with our spring chemical sale for any new or existing pool. Learn more at bonzalpool.com or visit us at 33rd and Highway 2. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back on The Drive. This is Friday, and we got a little short segment here before we bring on Mr. Sherman. So the people have been calling for more history. I will give you guys some more history.
Okay.
On this day in 1977, Billy Martin, manager for the New York Yankees, very famous manager back in the day, he decided to draw up his lineup, but instead of drawing it up the normal way of going, oh yeah, he's my number 4 hitter,
Yeah.
he threw all the names in a hat and he drew out the players' names out of a hat to make his lineup. And the Yankees defeated the Toronto Blue Jays that day 8-6. I mean, that is Billy Martin right there.
Oh.
Didn't want to make up his lineup card. I'll just draw him out of a hat.
Draw him out of a hat.
And then on this day in 2001, Virginia Tech quarterback Michael Vick was the first selection in the NFL draft.
Jeez. Cheat code.
Yeah, he was something else.
I remember playing with him in the early Maddens, and man, he was fun to play with.
And it's crazy to think about it too, because also on this day, I think 32 years ago, Brett Favre was drafted by the Falcons. So they technically drafted 2 great quarterbacks and got absolutely, well, I guess they got a little bit out of Michael Vick. I felt like he was just coming into his own, and then he had his legal issues. But man, I would have loved to have seen him in his, I guess he kind of missed his prime a little bit, came back a little bit at the end, but oh well, that's life.
All right, Raff, what do we got the rest of the way? Because we got Mitch coming on at 9.
Oh yeah,
what do we got the rest? Just spring game breakdown.
Spring game. We got a Raff's good take.
Yep,
it's a good one today. Let me tell you, you're gonna love this one.
I'm sure I will.
You are gonna love this one.
I'm sure I will.
And then we also just want to send out, just keep on getting better, Sanderson. Went through a lot the last couple of days, and wish the best to you. And
there's a couple people that have texted in on the text line some stuff this morning.
Sending thoughts, sending prayers, all your guys' ways.
T's and P's everywhere, man.
We love y'all. You're not just listeners. You are family. All right. We're going to send it to break. This is The Drive, 93.7. That take it.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
You didn't really think we only did football pregame shows in the fall, did you? Join 93.7 The Ticket live from Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina at 8th and Q in the Haymarket for the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show on Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. All your favorite ticket personalities will be on site as we preview the spring game and wrap up the final football action until the summer. Join us at Tipsy Tina's on Saturday or listen live from wherever you are for the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. this Saturday.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back. For sure.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A windy and cool day on the way as we only top out at around 54. Northwest winds gusting over 30 with increasing cloud cover later today. We'll see freeze warnings in effect tonight as lows drop down to around 31. Breezy and chilly again tomorrow with a high of only around 50. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into the drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Friday. It's Solich Friday, Spring Game Friday, just a bunch of Nebraska football Friday. And with that, we had to bring in the man that knows everything about Nebraska football from The Athletic, Mr. Mitch Sherman. What's up, Mitch?
What's going on, Chris? How are you?
Oh, I'm excited. It's like a football weekend.
It is. I mean, there's some extra elements of juice this weekend with Frank Solich and with the first spring game for Matt Rule, and a lot of excitement around Memorial Stadium. People get to see that $165 million building at its near finished state. So new Herbie, lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's crazy. What are you coming down for Coach Solich's press conference this afternoon, or?
Yeah, I wouldn't miss it for sure. I'll be there.
So is there like a burning question that you'll have for him this afternoon, or will it just be something that'll maybe hit you while you're sitting there?
No, I don't think so. And I've given some thought about, like, I've already written about his return a couple of times and talked to Eric Crouch about it early this week and got his thoughts. So I feel like what's been said, what's needed to be said has been said, and it'll be interesting to hear what he has to say. I want to hear about the process that occurred to convince him that the timing was right now, and what Trev had to say, and what role Matt Rule's presence had in him wanting to do this now. How he feels about Nebraska after all these years. I certainly don't think it's the time to relitigate his exit or even talk about that. I mean, it's ancient history, and he's being brought back to celebrate his time as not just the head coach, but as an assistant coach, and inarguably one of the most impactful running backs coaches in the history of the sport, and his time, as going back as far as playing for Bob Devaney. So this is a celebration of all that Frank Solich did to contribute to Nebraska football. And, that's, I think, what the focus should be on. Not, hey, it's the 20-year anniversary of his unceremonious exit. I mean, we've had 20 years to marinate in that. And I think part of this weekend and him coming back is for whoever hasn't turned the page on that, or whatever piece of that still exists, you can completely shut the door on 2003 now, if this is needed to accomplish that, his return finally to Memorial Stadium.
We're talking to Mitch Sherman of The Athletic, and Mitch, I mean, if I were to ask you to put your prediction cap on right now and advance to tomorrow afternoon after the spring game, what are people saying? What are people talking about? What's your prediction for how this spring game looks?
Well, other than the motorcycle on the field, I think people will be talking about the offense. I mean, the defense, might be even a more dramatic change than what people are used to. But I think the offense gets noticed, and there were numerous times this spring when I went to practice and I had the intention of maybe digging in on the defense, and even on the days that Tony White talked, for some reason or another, the attention just continued to be on the offense. And I think that's just partly the way football is. You've got an interesting quarterback situation, so the conversation is going to be about that. And I think tomorrow again, even if the defense shines, people are going to be talking about the offense. How did Jeff Sims look? How did the offensive line look? What did they do with the tight ends? I mean, Sims has got some incredible toys to work with at that tight end spot if Eric Gilbert and Thomas Fedoni are going to be on the field together. during the season, and it would completely look like they're going to be on the field together tomorrow. So it's going to give Nebraska fans a pretty enticing preview of what might be to come in August and September. Now, they've got to make it through. And both of those guys, 3 years for Gilbert at LSU and Georgia and 2 years for Fedoni at Nebraska, they've got very little to show for those 5 seasons combined. So it's not a slam dunk that they're going to be out there running over safeties in the Big Ten for 4 months next fall. But if they're good to go, both healthy, both in a good place, both incorporated into this offense, it can be a real strength of Nebraska in 2020, a huge strength. I mean, that can be the best tight end duo in the Big Ten. I mean, again, getting ahead of ourselves here, but just physically what they give Nebraska, it's intriguing. So I'm excited to see them. And I think if they're out there doing their thing, it's going to be hard to not be talking about those guys when the game's over.
Hey, Mitch, I'm not sure if you know or not, but just a question popped in my head. Do they know with Eric Gilbert yet, or will they know when he'll be eligible, or have they, or do you know when the NCAA makes that decision? Or
so I don't even know that there's a decision to be made. I know there's been some discussion about that this fall and the fact that he would need a waiver because it's a second time transfer. I'm going to need to look more into that because I don't think that that's been a real issue for people who've transferred multiple times. I mean, a guy like Anthony Grant transferred multiple times. Gilbert is certainly not the only guy on the Nebraska roster or the only guy who has come through Nebraska who's transferred multiple times since the NCAA went to this immediate eligibility formula. I think if he's, and I might be speaking a little bit out of turn here, but I think if he's academically eligible, and takes the number of credit hours that he needs this spring and continues his academic progress into the fall, that it's not going to be a big issue. I know Matt Rule touched on it a couple of weeks ago and said he didn't anticipate or he didn't know what they were looking at as far as timing. So if he doesn't know, then I don't feel too bad saying that I don't know either. Nice. But my hunch is that he's going to be good to go as long as he does everything that he needs to do off the field.
Awesome. Mitch Sherman of The Athletic joining the drive right now. And Mitch, you mentioned Anthony Grant, and that always that made me think, how do you assess the running back room as a whole right now? Because there's a lot of fascinating pieces. Obviously, I tend to wonder if the scholarship number plays a factor into this discussion a little bit. I want to hear your thoughts on that. But then also, I mean, there's some really, really talented guys in that room that, as you know, they can't all play at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think they like where they're at with the numbers. They're not going to be in the portal. They weren't in the December, January period. And I don't think, if the top running back in the country becomes available and he wants to come to Nebraska, absolutely they're going to look at that guy. But they're not going to go into this period of transfer portal activity, which is open now, and be on the hunt for a running back because of the guys that they've got in the program. Now, if they lose a couple, then certainly you could see that change. But right now where they're at, Gabe Ervin leads the way. He's been a guy since they started the winter conditioning and the mat drills and all of the team bonding exercises in the winter, right on into spring practice. He's been a guy who's led the way. I'd look for him potentially to get one of those single digit numbers that go to the hardest working, the toughest guys on the roster, as it's been explained by Rule and his staff. So if he stays healthy, I think he gets the first rep at running back against Minnesota on August 31st. Now, health has been a concern for him in both of his 2 seasons at Nebraska, like Fedoni, like Teddy Prohaska. Those guys all from that class are 2 years in, and none of them have been able to stay on the field for an extended period of time because of injury. So that's something to watch. But I think Urban is the guy right now who leads that room. And then you got A.J. Allen, who's a super intriguing piece, another guy who was hurt last year, but intriguing in just the kind of different element, the different style of play that he brings in comparison to Urban, who's a bigger back. I mean, Allen is a slasher. He's a home run threat. He's a big time receiving threat, I think, with his skill set and especially what they want to do with the backs in this offense. They can both play because they're different guys. They could even play at the same time, I think. And then you have Ramir Johnson, who's another guy who brings a different kind of skill set, maybe more like Allen than Urban, but he does a little bit of both, and he's experienced and, is ready to put the disappointment and, kind of puzzling lack of playing time from last year behind him. And then you get to Anthony Grant. So I don't know that he's number 4 on the depth chart, but, getting off on the wrong foot this spring and being suspended at the start of spring practice, didn't necessarily put him in a great position to win the job this month. So if he's your 4th guy, I don't know that he is, but if he's your 4th guy, then that's a really deep, strong room.
The nutrition and the health and taking care of your body has been kind of a discussion point this entire spring with the new staff, and Matt Rule's talked a little bit about it as well. And I guess in your eyes with this game, what we expect to be pretty physical feels like a normal game in some aspects, especially with quarterbacks being live. Does that mean that this staff has to feel like they're at a pretty good spot regarding health, right?
Yeah. Knock on wood, they haven't had major injuries this spring. There's been guys, certainly there were guys coming into the spring who were held out, like Nick Henrich and Ty Robinson, the quarterbacks, Casey Thompson, Logan Smothers. There were some others who sustained, minor things through the spring. Ben Scott had an injury. He's back. Blaze Gunnerson had an injury. He's back. A.J. Allen had an injury. I believe he made it back this week. We'll see if he's out there tomorrow. They're not going to put somebody out there who's 80% and potentially, have a big disappointment in a spring game that's otherwise, a celebration for the fans and an opportunity to showcase things because they tried to play someone who wasn't 100%. It's not like a game in the fall in that way where guys all the time are out there when they're not 100%. But yeah, I mean, they've stayed free of the big injuries, and they've got one more day to survive to make it really a very successful spring in that regard. And some of that is luck. Some of that, there are some injuries that you just can't avoid. A guy can tear an ACL and it's got nothing to do with his strength and nutrition training. And then some of it isn't. Some of it's being smart. Some of it's focusing on recovery. Some of it's making sure that they're stretched out, that they're doing the right lifts, that they're eating the right things. It's all a part of the formula. And Matt Rule, I'll say, I'm not saying that he's going to have fewer injuries than previous staffs, or that he's not going to, suffer some of they're going to have injuries, but he places a huge emphasis, one, on recovery, and the new building is going to have features in it that are specifically engineered and designed for Nebraska to be at the top of college football and how it handles the recovery aspect of the sport, which is a huge thing. And then, I think Corey Campbell is, as the strength coach, is conscious of all this. He's received good reviews. And on the nutrition side, they went out and hired Kristen Coggan from South Carolina. She's, I've heard her talk. Seems to be a pro. Players like her. It's a good situation, seemingly, and that plays into it also. And she's got some great things coming at her disposal, also with the opening of the training table before they get into the season in the fall.
Awesome. I was going to ask you too, are there any players that you might be watching tomorrow that maybe haven't got much publicity, or people you might be looking at tomorrow?
Haven't got publicity.
Or maybe just not getting talked about as much as, your running backs and quarterbacks.
Well, I mean, there's players all over the field. I mean, you can start with, a guy like Omar Brown at safety, or Rover, wherever they end up putting him. I'm interested to see what kind of a jump he's made from year 1 to year 2. He came in out of Northern Iowa a year ago and had some injury issues, didn't get on the field as much as he would like. So he has had a good spring by all accounts. I want to see what he has to offer. We talked about the running backs, and I think I'm interested to see A.J. Allen. I want to know how he fits into this offense. I want to know what kind of a role they're gonna cook up for him. I think that's intriguing. So if he's able to get out there and play with the injury that he's had in recent weeks, I want to see how they feature him. We talked about the tight ends, the receivers, how about what Xavier Betts and Isaiah Garcia Castaneda? You don't often hear about guys who leave programs and then come back, and both of those guys have done that this semester. So Betts is supremely gifted. I think he's somebody who just kind of rolls out of bed and can be a starting wide receiver at the Big Ten level. So if his commitment to the sport outside of just his natural gifts is able to go up another level or 2 levels or 3 levels because of his comfort in this system and how he feels playing for Matt Rule and Garrett McGuire as a wide receivers coach, if they can get the most out of him, then he's probably someone that people aren't talking about who can go out there and be a huge piece for this team on offense. And, also a receiver, you've got Billy Kemp, who probably is someone that people are talking about, but it could be another transfer, in the line of transfer wide receivers. Nebraska's done a better job at getting production out of wide receivers from the portal than it has at any other position. This line that goes from Samari Toure to Trey Palmer, I want to know, is Billy Kemp the next guy in that line who's going to come in here and be a number 1 wide receiver? He didn't have the size necessarily that those guys do, but he's definitely got experience. He has more experience at the Power 5 level than Toure and Palmer did when they came to Nebraska, and he's older too. So is he the next guy to be the wide receiver 1? I think that's a question that we could start to get an answer to tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, Mitch, hey, I thank you so much for joining us here this morning. It was kind of late notice, but I was like, I'll give him a call and see if he's available. But we appreciate you tons. And to the listeners out there, you got to subscribe to The Athletic. You guys, your stories are phenomenal. So just wanted to thank you once again, and maybe we'll run into you tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for having me on, Chris.
Awesome. Have a great day.
There's Mitch Sherman, Athletic.
Oh yeah, if you don't have a subscription to The Athletic, that's a must.
They were running a deal, and this is the one I signed up for. It was like $1 for
6 months, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So at the time, it was $1 for 12 months. That
12 months. I
signed up for.
You got.
And I was like, this is too good to pass up.
Yeah.
And see, I mean, I quote a ton of athletic articles in shows and stuff like that. So yeah, they do great work over there. I think it's really interesting, Raff. Something that he just said at the end there regarding the wide receivers, because you have this weird, I mean, and I was telling Rico this the other day. So Sean Hardy and Victor Jones Jr. are 2 guys in that room that haven't played.
Yep.
Right. And you have then this Joshua Fleeks, Marcus Washington, Billy Kemp, who are the seniors this is their last year. Then it's IGC and Xavier Betts.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, all right, so Joshua Fleeks is going to be probably a weapon, but not going to be a Trey Palmer type of weapon in my eyes.
Okay, so he strikes me. I have not seen, from what I've heard, do they kind of use him as like a
bit of hybrid,
like
guy.
A flanker, running back,
yes.
receiver type?
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
That's
so
what I was.
I would
assume.
I would expect to see maybe like sidelines, like screens with him
Yep.
out there. Similar to where, no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to bring up like Wan'Dale Robinson.
Ooh.
Like I could see Nebraska using Josh Fleeks the way that Kentucky used Wan'Dale Robinson.
Okay.
The way that Kentucky used Wan'Dale Robinson. Not the way Nebraska used Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah.
But
he's not going to get 30 carries a game.
So it's like, I think that wide receiver room is interesting because then it's like you have all these true freshmen that aren't on campus yet. Malachi Coleman, unfortunately, is not on campus. Jaden Doss is not on campus. Jalen Lloyd, same. Like throughout all of them, there's 7 of them, I think, 6 or 7, and none of them are on campus. So it's like, man, Nebraska, the best returning product is Marcus Washington. And that's no knock on Marcus Washington, but you sit here and go, somebody's going to have to step up, whether it is an IGC. But then think about that storyline on a guy that entered the portal during the season is now back and is your leader in the receiving room.
Or
Xavier Betts, which is even more
such
of a weirder,
interesting dynamic for
is
Nebraska.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you look at it and you're like, man, we're not really ton of depth and experience there. But then you're like, but IGC has played.
Yep.
Betts has played. They have that potential to where they could be,
I suppose so. Here's unfortunately, like, even Xavier Betts was in a limited role when he was here.
Oh yeah,
prior.
They
like,
never
think about it. He would come in and you would have two catches for 89 yards. He'd have one that went for 4 yards that he almost breaks, and then one that went for 85.
Or there'd be a game where you'd see him, and then the next game nothing.
And so it's just fascinating to me because, like, we have no clue what to expect.
Yeah.
And we're going to see Marcus Satterfield's first, crack at calling plays in Nebraska tomorrow. And because that's something that's cleared up also. That's something that's been decided and is definitive. Marcus Satterfield is going to call every single play tomorrow. Matt Rule is not going to be involved.
And that's perfect.
Yeah. And they told us, they admitted it. They made it public. They said it. So, it's just that wide receiver room is really interesting because Nebraska's had such great success despite it being a different staff. But as you guys know, they've had such great success through the portal the last 2 years, whether that's Trey Palmer, whether that's Samori Toure. Can Billy Kemp, as Mitch said just a couple minutes ago, can Billy Kemp kind of continue to carry that torch? And it's not necessarily the greatest thing that they have to go to the transfer portal for the best wide receiver on their team every year. But hey, if you're going to continue to strike gold, then fine, do it.
Yeah,
do whatever works.
Totally agree.
So,
all right, everybody, what we'll do now is we will send it to break. This is the Drive 93.7 The Ticket. When we get back, I got a text message from Thomas in Lincoln. He's wanting the Raff Mount Rushmore of Nebraska coaches, and we'll cover that. So we'll send it a break. This is the Drive 93.7 The Ticket.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Shopping for insurance can be a frustrating and tedious task. Brokers Insurance Agency in Lincoln has a full staff of licensed professional agents who will do the work all for you. Brokers utilizes over 20 insurance companies to save their clients money. Brokers Insurance Agency will always do what is in the client's best interest and will find the best program to fit your needs. Call Brokers Insurance Agency today at 402-420-5353 to get a quote today, or find us online at brokersinsurancene.com.
It's springtime, and you know what that means. It's sandal season at Brown Shoe Fit. To celebrate the start of the season, we're offering $10 off sandals under $105 and $15 off sandals $110 or more, now through May 14th. Enjoy brands like Atrex, Teva, Clarks, Taos, Keen, and many more on sale now. This deal won't last long, so come on down to Brown Shoe Fit for our spring sandal sale. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. Brown Shoe Fit Lincoln, 66 NQ.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe. It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A windy and cool day on the way as we only top out at around 54. Northwest winds gusting over 30 with increasing cloud cover later today. We'll see freeze warnings in effect tonight as lows drop down to around 31. Breezy and chilly again tomorrow with a high of only around 50. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
You didn't really think we only did football pregame shows in the fall, did you? Join 93.7 The Ticket live from Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina at 8th and Q in the Haymarket for the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show on Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. All your favorite ticket personalities will be on site as we preview the spring game and wrap up the final football action until the summer. Join us at Tipsy Tina's on Saturday or listen live from wherever you are for the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. this Saturday. This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket, proudly sponsored by Sandhills Global. Sandhills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln, so apply today at sandhills.jobs. Boom, got it. That was kind of tough to read today with you dancing in the background and just grooving.
What are you talking about? It's a Friday.
Grooving.
Friday.
Well, and guess what?
What?
Guess what time it is?
Oh, yeah, hold on.
It's that time.
I think I know.
It's time for Raff's Good Take. It's time for Raff's Good Take. It's time for Raff's Good Take right now.
It's just like
I love
like you're
that song.
strumming a guitar.
It's amazing. I have a voice of an angel. Rico's like, yes, you do.
Rico, you haven't joined the show today.
He's been working.
Rico.
He's working.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, I
working.
Opens and rejoins for tomorrow.
Farm. You got a farm sweatshirt.
Farm. Shout out to Acres.
Shout out to Acres.
Acres.
I can say that they have
state.
commercials
Yeah,
on the stage.
Yep.
We do.
So
sure can.
Plus the wifey works there.
It's also Good Sense Friday. Shout out to the Pillar Restaurant Group.
Shout out to the
Any of
Pillar
their 5
Restaurant
Lincoln
Group.
locations.
Looking for my sandwich. Can't wait.
Yeah. I just would hate to be one of the guys in the morning show that don't get a sandwich.
Yeah, that would suck. Also, I want to let everybody know, I'm just going to say it on every show because I need different listeners to hear this.
Yes.
Tomorrow at 9:00, Vershawn Jackson is supposed to run a 400. I got clearance from the Nebraska track and field assistant coach. I have a sheet of paper for him to sign so that the university is not liable if he hurts himself on the track, and we will be running at the new track across from the Bob Devaney Sports Complex. I don't know if the track has a name yet, but I'm just calling it the new Husker track.
The new track.
Yeah,
Nice.
the new track.
So
I didn't even know there was one out there.
There's a security compliance or whatever sheet
Yep.
that we received.
I need him to sign it, and I have to turn it in today.
So if Vershawn ends up not running it, it's on him.
It's on him.
Yep.
We got everything. He was making a big deal about
all
being
the chickens lined up.
He was making a big deal yesterday on his own show about running it tomorrow on Saturday at 9:00, 9 a.m. So I was like, okay, I'll find a place for you to run it. And he said he wanted to run it on the new track. So I was like, all right, bet. Let me make some calls. Sent a couple messages, got a response, and we're good to go.
I hope for Vershawn's sake, because once again, I will reiterate it. I just realized we played the good take music and we haven't done it.
That's all right. We've got plenty of time. We'll get to it.
So
there's people wanting to hear it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Keith is saying that he will play guitar if I need it. So.
Oh wow! Shout out to Keith Tenney. Anyway, so
interesting.
What I was
They
going
love
to
it.
say, I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. I hope for Vershawn's sake that he beats 125 because it's not a matchup of me versus him.
Yeah.
No, it is not, Raff.
He's going to make it out that way.
You can, but I'm not because I beat the goal that I had for myself.
Yep.
That's all I cared about.
This wasn't supposed to be
and Vershawn, since I'll be able to get this sentence and phrase in without having my mic cut off. This is how it happened. It was back when Vershawn and I were still doing the show. And the day after I was like, yeah, I ended up getting it faster than a minute and a half, 90 seconds. And he was like, I bet I can beat you. I bet I can beat your time. That's how it turned into a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Vershawn will tell you that I challenged him to it. Not at all, because I'm not running it again. If he beats me, or if he gets quicker than a minute 25, that's fine.
Nick is retired.
I'm done. I'm done running.
He keeps telling me, he's like, you said you could run faster than me. I go, I can. He goes, then run it. I go, I don't need to.
Don't have nothing to prove.
I don't want to.
That's fine. And Thomas and Lincoln says VJ's goal is to beat your time, Nick, to show that he is faster. That's fine if he's fast. I've never been fast. I've never claimed to be fast.
And I will continue to say he's not going to do it. If he does it, I will be the first one to apologize and eat crow. But I still don't think he's going to do it.
So do you think he runs at all?
He's made such a big deal about it. I think he does.
Okay.
But see, if he does run, I don't think he beats it.
Okay. Well, if you had to put a percentage on run and no run, what are you at? I'm at like
he's gonna be in town.
I'm at like 60-40.
He's gonna be in town.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he'll be here early enough to do it.
Early morning.
There's some stuff that's playing into this.
With game day traffic.
There's no game day traffic down there.
Well, then you're gonna have to wonder, what does his evening look like? Because they have the reception for Coach Solich tonight.
They do.
I've heard rumors there probably will be some beverages down there. So I don't know if that plays into this.
Well, he needs to realize that he has a 400 the next day.
Yep.
Oh.
He decided. This is the greatest part about it. He decided the day.
Mm-hmm.
He decided the situation. He decided all of this. He wanted to run it the morning of the spring game. We decided this 3, 4, 5 months ago.
We also said if he comes into town anytime this week, we'll run it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we are. We have access to high schools.
Here we are.
We have people.
Mm-hmm. We could have gone to Lincoln East.
We know athletic directors.
We could have gone to Pius where you ran it.
We could have.
Yeah.
We know people.
Yeah.
There is nothing.
Hey. We know people.
We know people.
Yeah.
Hey, handshake emoji.
Hey.
Handshake
We
emoji.
know people.
Me and Rico know people.
Hey, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. We know people.
You guys are like big time.
Anyway,
I'm just happy to know
Raff,
you guys.
stop. Wait, we know Raff.
We know Raff. And
Hey.
Raff. Hey, and if anybody knows
Raff.
people,
I found
It's
that
Raff.
out. I found that out. Raff knows people.
Raff knows a couple people. Just
Anyway.
Okay, do your Raff's good take.
All right.
So do we have to play the song again now?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Here we go.
It's time for Raff's good take. It's time for Raff's good take. It's time for Raff's good take right now. It never gets old. Never gets old. All right. Today's Raff's good take goes out to Coach Frank Solich. I'm going to tell you right now that we talked about it with Mitch about talking about 20 years ago and stuff like that. I'll say one final thing about that is Coach Solich probably could have left Nebraska and left scorched earth because there was some stuff that it took place, and he took the classy way and he left, chin held high, went to Ohio, had 15 years of successful football at Ohio. And now I'm so glad that, we're able to give him a tribute that he deserves. I know it's been 20 years, but I'm glad that he gets to return to, to hear from the fans, because 20 years ago, I'll say it was wrong what they did. And I'm just happy that he gets to come back tomorrow. So congratulations, Coach Solich. You've always been a stand-up character and always looked up to you, and wish you all the best. So that's my Raff's good take.
There you go. So
boom.
Good stuff. Somebody on the stream asks, why so early? Why 9 a.m.? Do it at 11 a.m. Get a whole bunch of people there.
We got a pregame show.
We got a pregame show starting
Tipsy
at 10:30.
Tina's.
Yeah, 10:30 a.m. Tipsy Tina's, 8th and Q in the Haymarket. Come on down, enjoy breakfast tacos, enjoy beverages, get yourself ready before the spring game.
Thomas and Lincoln. Surprised Raff hasn't done any big name dropping. I hate it so much, but now it needs to be repeated 3 or 4 times.
Hizzlebear says, as someone that knows a lot of people, Raff knows a lot of people. Raff, you do. I found that out on Tuesday was the event.
Yeah, I've been around. I've been around for a while.
You've been around the block.
You meet people. Yeah. All right. So then we also had the text. I forgot who texted in about the my Raff's Mount Rushmore of coaches.
Thomas, I believe.
Thomas. Okay. So Raff's Mount Rushmore of coaches. You guys were talking about it.
Yeah.
I have Tom Osborne, Bob Devaney, John Cook, and my number 4, Francis Allen. Okay. Those are my Mount Rushmore of Nebraska coaches. I was kind of between Francis and Terry Pettit, because Terry Pettit did a lot to put Nebraska volleyball on the map. But I'm going to look at Francis he had so many national championships, not only team, but individual national champions in the early 80s. And he was a 2-time coach of the Olympic team. So I got Francis Allen at my number 4 slot, Terry Pettit, honorable mention. So those would be my 4. And then we also got another text I saw from the garbologist that said, what if Harburg comes out with a single-digit jersey? I would not be surprised one bit. From all accounts, you've heard great things of what he's doing. I continue to go back. I think that they're going to find a way to get him on the field. I think in I got to say it right, a Taysom Hill type position.
Nice, Raff.
I said it right.
It's not Taysom.
I said it right. I said it right.
It is Taysom. Nice.
And I think that he'll be a threat, and probably will be a surprise play that you probably won't see tomorrow at the spring game, but it might be something that you look for during the season, because that's a threat if you have a guy that can run and pass. And you've seen what the Saints have done with him, especially under former head coach Sean Payton, head coach of the Denver Broncos now. Oh, did I say that out loud?
It's horrible.
Sorry, had to get it in.
Ron says, Nick, don't start drinking at 9 a.m. You took the darn pledge.
Oh, he'll be drinking at 8 a.m.
I will not be drinking tomorrow.
Look at you.
We're not drinking as much anymore.
Dedicated excellence.
Nope. Desire to exceed, no fear of failure.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right, Rico? Can you hear me? Okay, he gave me a thumbs up. Thank you. I was hoping more reaction with that quote. No fear of failure.
P-Cat saying, running around Tipsy Tina's. Yeah, I don't see Vershawn.
There's a lot of people, unfortunately.
But I'd be up for it just to watch. But all right, we're gonna send it to break.
Raff can run it.
Yeah, I'm not running it. I'm retired. Drive 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
There's a new way to vacay when you fly LNK. Check out brand new service at the Lincoln Airport to some of America's favorite travel destinations. Catch convenient nonstop flights to Vegas, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Orlando, Austin, Dallas, or Nashville when you fly via Redway. With so many affordable options to choose from, planning your vacation has never been easier. Visit goflyred.com and book today. Flights are public charters offered by Global X Air Tours LLC and operated by Global Crossing Airlines Incorporated.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April, with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info, or call 402-467-1627.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel. So do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck. So stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with Roof Credit.
Are you planting this spring? Make safety your priority. LES requires any landscaping or trees to be planted a safe distance from electrical lines and equipment to give crews safe access. Visit les.com/trees to learn more.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and
When it comes to your home or business, we know you have options, and that's why John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning gives you just that. Options. We have plumbing, heating, and cooling memberships to serve all of your residential and commercial needs. We want to ensure you, your family, and your business are safe. Visit our website, jhlincoln.com, to find out more or call us at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carryout, or schedule a catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today. Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You didn't really think we only did football pregame shows in the fall, did you? Join 93.7 The Ticket live from Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina at 8th and Q in the Haymarket for the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show on Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. All your favorite ticket personalities will be on site as we preview the spring game and wrap up the final football action until the summer. Join us at Tipsy Tina's on Saturday or listen live from wherever you are for the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. this Saturday. This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket, wrapping up another Friday show. We got a big weekend of Nebraska sports. We've got the spring game tomorrow. We've got Nebraska baseball at Iowa for a 3-game set. We've got Nebraska softball here in Lincoln at Bowlin Stadium against the Wisconsin Badgers for, I believe, 3 games also. We have also got Nebraska women's golf at the Big Ten Championships in Pittsburgh, I believe.
Wow.
And we have got Nebraska men's golf at Illinois. Man, I did my homework today.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Ahead of the game. And then we've got your Lincoln Stars hockey tonight at the Icebox. DP drops the puck. Oh, it's going to be great against Tri-City. That team from Kearney. 7:05, I believe, is, what do you call it? Tip off? Puck off?
Puck drop.
Puck drop. Puck drop. Gosh. So puck drop at 7:05, probably 7 o'clock, probably, and then the game will begin. And then tomorrow night they travel to Kearney to play Tri-City again.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, no, there's no hope here. They're going to win both games this weekend. And then I believe they need Waterloo to lose 1, I think, and then they'll get the number 2 seed. So we're going to just put it right to existence. Lincoln Stars. And I was told also that I cannot make predictions about goalies and stuff. But
you can't?
I was told that that's jinx. But I did it last week and it worked pretty good. I guess it wasn't.
Decent.
Yeah. So Mason's scoring and somebody is going to pitch a shutout. Sorry, Chase B.
I wanted to be there. I wanted to be there really bad. Chase B says, I know Nick isn't going to be there, but Raff, are you going to be there tonight?
I never got no invites.
We have tickets, Raff.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
Ooh, that could change things. I didn't know we had tickets.
Yes, we had tickets.
Oh, why aren't you going?
I have a prior engagement.
Oh, Lord, girlfriends. Oh,
I have to go to this event thing.
Oh, you're the best.
So,
yeah. Well, yeah, if we got tickets.
Yeah, we should. I think Rico's the guy you have to talk to for tickets.
Oh, I better talk to Rico after the show and see what can happen. I need to.
Chase B has an extra ticket in Section F.
Section F. Well, I'll find if I find my
Raff's
way.
Gonna go.
If I find my way there, find me. I want to get star crazy.
Buy a jersey.
Buy a jersey.
Buy a Stars jersey.
Ooh, can I
buy
get
a sweater?
Ooh, I want to.
It's called a sweater.
But I either want.
Get me a Rocky Russo t-shirt.
Oh, but what jersey would I get? Would I get a Mason jersey or would I get a Cameron jersey?
It's just a Stars jersey.
No, but I'd want to get one of the numbers. I want to, or maybe I could get like a split jersey.
I don't know. Maybe somebody could sew you something there for you, Raff. Not sure.
Are the tickets really worth having to talk to Rico though?
Oh,
Qdoba guy.
Qdoba guy.
Shots fired. Yeah, I like Rico. He's cool.
No.
They have sweatpants in the shop.
Look at that.
I've got four pairs of sweatpants now. I'm fully loaded. Yeah. If you see us tomorrow at Tipsy Tina's, check out the new sweatpants. I'll be opening my third pair tomorrow.
So have you just basically opened up a pair a day and just worn each pair each day?
Yep, right out of the bag.
Oh my gosh. I've been reminded, because I forgot to do this earlier in the show, we have tickets to give away.
Nice.
We have 2 Lincoln Stars tickets to give away on this show.
Oh.
All right. So Raff,
all right.
Can you in the blink of an eye think of a trivia question?
Yes, I can.
Okay. That you for sure know the answer to.
Sure.
Okay. So let's go ahead and we will play the trivia question.
Okay.
First person to text it in.
First 2 person, or are we just giving one pair?
Just one pair.
One pair.
Because I'm guessing Rico. Okay, they can't hear us. It's together. So
one pair.
One pair.
2 tickets.
2 tickets.
2 tickets.
2 tickets.
1 pair. 2 tickets.
1 pair. Oh, he can't hear us. One pair of 2 tickets for tonight's game. Is it per show? 2 pair. Are we giving away both? Okay, we'll give away 2 pair of tickets. Separate places, not together. All 4 tickets are not together. And so we can have the first 2 people to text in.
Elisa's dad. He's already guessing
John
Elway. That's pretty good chance. Pretty good chance you would have got it right. But okay.
Somebody says John Elway is the answer. So there you go. Okay, Raff, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. 7:05 p.m. tonight, DP's dropping the puck. And there will be a couple other ticket people there tonight as well. And it's Lincoln versus Tri-City, the final home game of the regular season, going on tonight, 7:05. First 2 texters will receive the tickets for tonight's game, 7:05. Don't text in if you can't come and pick them up today, or if you can't go tonight.
People already guessing. This is awesome.
All right.
My trivia question. We spoke a little bit about Brooke Behringer earlier. Was it last week, earlier in the week? And Brooke, after he passed away, there was a country music group that wrote a song about Brooke and coming to Nebraska. Can you name that country music group that wrote the song?
Nice job, Raff. All right. So now we just wait.
We wait patiently.
We have a couple.
Who wrote the song? Oh, Nathan.
So Nathan
and Ryan J.
All right. How about that? Nathan and Ryan J.
You're going to the Stars
game. You guys are going to the Stars game. So Ryan J., Nathan, I'll shoot you guys a text back, and we will just come by the station, pick up the tickets, and we'll be good to go.
And now
so Nathan and Ryan J.
And this is something that I had just learned about that. So Sawyer Brown was the group that wrote the song. They were Brooke's favorite artists. And what I did not know was I always thought that Brooke had never heard this song.
Yeah.
But actually, the day before Brooke passed away, Mark Miller from Sawyer Brown actually was on the phone with Brooke and played this song for him. So actually, Brooke actually did hear the Nebraska song before he passed away. So
jeez, that's super cool.
So Sawyer Brown it is. All right, everybody. It's been another great show.
Prediction for the spring game.
Real
quick.
Nebraska's going to win by 27.
Who's the standout player? We're having a pregame show.
Oh.
So who's the standout player?
Oh, if I say it now, I'm going to say my standout player is going to be A.J. Allen.
Okay, there you go. There it is.
And my standout defensive player is going to be Chief Borders.
All right, send us away, my man.
All right, we're going to send it out. It's been another great show. We'll talk to you on Monday. This is The Drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or